Welcome to the first episode. That's the thing I do.
Welcome to the first ever episode of
That you've ever heard.
Whose fucking idea is this? Otherwise known as With It.
Where we talk about films that people tried to make but are really fucking shit. Season 1, Jean-Claude Van Damme and Universal Soldier. In 1992, first of all, thoughts?
A great year for conflict all over the world.
Not political thoughts, but thoughts on the film maybe. I enjoyed it, first of all.
Aye, definitely. And
really enjoyed it.
In all the Jean-Claude Van Damme films, this has by far been my favourite where he's a lead.
Yeah, that's true. I actually feel like the woman was lead better than...
she's a better actor.
Yeah, she carries the whole fucking film. Ali, what's her name? Ali something? Ali Bally.
Blonde smoker reporter.
Yeah, Veronica Roberts. She's a reporter who doesn't do it the right way, but gets results.
Has a smoking habit that doesn't seem to affect her lung capacity.
There's one bit where she actually does say, "You don't do it the right way, but god damn it, you get results." Like, our boss.
Our boss, because she shows up at actually the last second.
Yeah. I've been phoning your motel for like 3 hours, and she's like, "I get results."
I'm too busy smoking and being late.
Yeah, drinking whiskey. Yeah, she was class. And he. Did you notice that I felt like the whole film I couldn't hear what the fuck Jean-Claude Van Damme was saying. He was whispering the whole movie.
He's trying to hide his accent.
Oh right, the American soldiers, and none of them are American.
Yeah. Like Dolph Lundgren was actually. I fucking think he's an amazing person. No, he was brilliant at it. But I still can't get over that. I can't. He's got like mad masters.
Yeah, mate, he's got on
PhDs. I know he's got hundreds of PhDs.
He does. I've been in his house.
He's got a master's on the wall in chemistry, and then like something chemical engineering.
Yeah, but he continues to do this shit.
Then he was an actor, and then he's also fucking.
He's still gone.
Some kind of martial artist, wasn't he? He was a kickboxer or something.
I don't actually know. And obviously I know he's in Rocky and stuff like that.
He's mad Swedish.
He's done military service as well, which is fucking crazy. I didn't know he was Swedish. I don't really know what I thought he was, to be fair.
He seems more like kind of German, doesn't he? Or Russian, as he's been depicted quite accurately. And...
Yeah, he's very like sharp and everywhere in his face.
and he just looks determined and everything.
Yeah. He will kill you. So what's that about?
So we have these soldiers that have been taken from various battlefields and then put on ice, so to speak.
But they're all the same battlefield because they don't have a budget.
Exactly. But the whole idea is meant to be like they increase like their metabolism speed so that they can like heal faster.
It's very vague.
But then that makes them really hot, so then they're more prone.
Not in a sexy way, as in temperature.
They're more prone to stroke. So they have to be like iced up all the time.
No one has a stroke in the whole film as well.
And they all just sweat profusely and they're like, I need to cool down.
Yeah, they say that all the time.
But it's like, the first half of the film takes place in a fucking desert, and you're like, surely this would not be the place to have these people.
That's such a good point. I never thought about that.
But so we've got
Sir, we can't send they're called Unisouls, isn't it? We can't send the Unisouls there. It's just far too hot. Have you seen the weather forecast?
Perhaps if it's raining, we could
kill the terrorists. Can you tell the terrorists to wait a little bit longer until it gets a little less clammy?
We need to get hoses. We're following the story of two soldiers from Vietnam that get recruited into the Universal Soldier Program.
Yeah.
The Universal Soldier Program is meant to have these kind of super soldiers that can regenerate, follow orders, basically just be like automatons for the government and they're taking out terrorists.
Yeah.
And we are about 3 missions into the PR campaign of the United States military, making sure that these universal soldiers seem viable as a force to invest more in to the public.
Did you write the treatment for the film? That was brilliant. So Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren, I don't know how you say it, I'm just going to call him Dolph. I call him Dolph because I've been around his health.
Because I know him.
Yeah. In GCVD. They die in Vietnam and they get put on ice for 25 fucking years.
Yeah.
And then to then bring them back as soldiers. It's like they're cyborgs, but they're not cyborgs because they're dead, so they're essentially zombies. Basically, they're basically zombies that are being controlled because they've got there's no like mechanic. There's nothing mechanic to them at all. Like
reanimated.
It's like they're literally zombies that follow orders, and then until they don't.
Until something happens.
Yeah. We start in Vietnam, which I read where it was filmed, and it's
Arizona golf course.
Oh my god, it summed it up, mate. It's literally just someone's bought like palm trees and they made a narrow corridor and went, "This is Vietnam." And the guys, and they just went, "Right, make sure you don't catch anything outside these palm trees."
Teeing off in the background.
That's why fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme get that massive fucking lump on he's still in his head. What was that again? Is it a tumour? How's like I don't know. It's really distracting.
Got more and more prominent as the career went on.
How do they not try and hide it or do something?
The lighting department,
like
has, like a fucking.
They're out for him.
Exactly.
Maybe he's a prick. He does seem like a prick.
Well, he is a fucking prick. But. So
we still don't feel bad about it. Fuck him. It's full of cocaine.
Full of cocaine and confidence.
Yeah.
So we're in the opening scene, and in Vietnam, Jean-Claude, a French guy that's in Vietnam. Kind of funny how the French were the
for America.
For America. Even though the French started the Vietnam War, but that's a whole other podcast. But so there's a soldier that comes and he's just like, oh my god, he's fucking lost his mind.
Yeah.
And he's just like freaking out, and he's like, what's going on? He's like, the Sarge, he's lost his mind.
But Jean-Claude Van Damme grabs him and goes, calm down, starts shaking him like, calm down.
Get a hold of yourself. We're in a war.
He's just making him more panicky. Like he's like, he's lost his goddamn fucking mind. And then you have your generic black guy behind him going, I'm getting out of here.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
And that's his only line, you never see him again.
Exactly, the black guy's gone. Just for that.
True to his word. He did get the fuck out of there. He was a good black man. Yeah. Like, why is Jean-Claude Van Damme just on his own in the middle of the fucking jungle? And why is that guy on his own in the middle of the jungle? And then everyone's like, they say like, they talk about like the platoon, and it's like everyone's fucking spread out.
I don't know how. Well, obviously that's like hardly in Vietnam, but I don't think Vietnam.
Where's the war?
What?
Where's the war going on? Like,
I don't know. It's just
the explosions just stop when they decide to have a conversation. The guy runs away, and then the explosions stop completely.
I know. That's a really good point. But I suppose that was around the logistics of organising a single corridor in a golf course as your bit where you're going to film.
Because the guy, it opens up to that guy running, and the guy's running. He's like so close to getting blown up every 2 minutes until he meets Jean-Claude Van Damme, and then everyone's like, "Stop bombing, Jean-Claude Van Damme."
Jean-Claude Van Damme speaking, and he's in a really quiet voice. He's scared of being French.
Like the guy would be like, "Keep going, like we're fucking bombing this fucking area." Like,
stop here.
And
have this foliage where it's safe. So Jean-Claude Van Damme's like, right, something's going on. The character's name is Luke, but I call him Jean-Claude Van Damme. And then he starts like seeing like dead soldiers, and they'll have their ears cut off.
Yeah, I never even noticed that.
I didn't notice it first
because they're just all lying obviously down.
Yeah, it was like, he's looking
dead.
at them. They're dead.
Yeah.
And then it gets there. Dolph Lundgren's meant to be his commanding sergeant, and he's like, just finishing making a ear necklace, as you do, and he's clearly like lost his shit. And then there's like two Vietnamese people.
Yeah,
and
they're still Asian.
Aye, they're still Asian. They're still East Asian.
Yeah.
They're like tied up, and he's just got them there, and then he's just like.
Why are they still alive?
Dolph Lundgren's lost it. I don't know why he'd lost it.
I know.
But then fucking
they really throw the audience into the film. Let's get right to it.
He's just been nuts. He's
sewing it with a needle and he like through the ears.
Aye. So he's making his necklace and he puts it on, and then he's like saying to Jean-Claude Van Damme, "You have to murder them."
Yeah, he says, "Do you hear?" And then he says, "Do you hear me?" or something like that. But he shakes the necklace. One of his many ear puns he makes throughout the whole fucking movie.
He's fucking obsessed with ears and that. Like the entire film.
I hate to see his internet history.
I know. Aye.
Ear fetish.
Incognito mode. Activate.
Ear porn. He tells Jean-Claude Van Damme to execute her, and then he goes to execute her.
He ends up shooting the guy.
Aye, it's like a really weird scene. Like, so he's holding the gun against the woman's head, and then the guy, it just like kind of leans on her like slightly, and then his gun slightly moves. And then I don't know if they're trying to say like, oh, the guy sacrificed himself to get in front of the bullet, but it just doesn't happen that way at all. It's just like, oh, I'm slipping because my hands are tied, basically. And then he gets shot.
Oh god, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, exactly. And then she gets up and runs away. And Jean-Claude Van Damme has a gun, doesn't use it.
Running with her, and then he's like,
does he?
He like takes her to escape because apparently
he does.
Punching the insane man was enough. He didn't have to shoot him or anything.
Why didn't he do it with the gun? He has a gun. He has a massive fucking assault rifle.
16,
And nice. And
I know my history.
Yeah, and Dolph Lundgren's got a pistol, and it's like, why would you not put the gun to him and go like, drop the fucking gun? He just stands beside him like, yeah, okay, I'll just watch you kill this fucking girl, which is obviously killing the guy. And then like, she's getting away.
Aye, and then Dolph Lundgren's like, right, I won't use my pistol because she's clearly out of range. I'll fucking
forearm.
I'll throw this grenade at her
and hope it explodes at the time it gets there. Basically, like times it well.
He shoots Jean-Claude Van Damme in the leg. Throws the grenade at the woman. And then him and Jean-Claude Van Damme,
which is a brilliant explosion.
So that it's just a classic grenade. I know what grenades were actually meant to be like. Well, there's no actual fiery explosion. It's just a bang. But anyway, it's like a firework basically going off, and then they essentially just both shoot each other dead.
How do they shoot each other? So Dolph's actually shooting kind of hip fire with his pistol, and Jean-Claude Van Damme's obviously acting while getting shot. And forgetting that when he's like going back the way, getting shot, going like, his gun is going up the way, and he's not aiming at fucking Dolph, but then Dolph's like, I'm getting shot.
Now I'm being shot.
But Jean-Claude Van Damme's gun's like in the fucking air, shooting, and it's like, you're not hitting him, mate. Do you know what I mean? They're both just like, as if they've both like been firing at each other at the same time.
At a 75-degree angle.
Yeah,
the guy in front of him.
Yeah, and obviously I know there's a height difference, but it's not fucking that much, and they're both getting shot in the stomach.
It was a daft
fucking
killing
brilliant
scene that we cut out, and then gets to daytime. Then the guys are like, "Oh shit, what the hell happened here?" The people that are like come to retrieve the bodies, and then one of the guys is
That's
like,
funny.
"Yo, nothing happened here, man." And then
I can't be arsed with the paperwork.
I'm not doing this paperwork. Then they bag them up. And then
bag them up's cool because they bag them, they put them so it's their faces, and then they go into the body bag, and when they zip the body bag up, it goes Dolph Lundgren, and then they zip the body bag up, and it goes Jean-Claude Van Damme, and I was like, aye, that's cool, man. That's totally 90s, but cringy, but it's cool at the same time.
At the time, like, nice. It was probably like, oh my fucking god.
Mic drop. It's those guys. I knew it. I knew it's them.
I knew it was them. I knew I recognised them from like 20 films.
It's a team up.
So we get to the first mission, and then the colonel, the head of the Universal Soldiers Project.
Oh my god.
Is like sending in the fucking Universal Soldiers, and then it's like Jean-Claude Van Damme, Dolph Lundgren running down a dam. A dam.
So it's Van Damme and a dam. The only time we'll ever see Van Damme in a dam.
I know.
Actually, do you know what I liked about this film? I must say, I liked the locations. It was different.
Yeah.
I liked the dam. I obviously didn't like the fucking Vietnam because it was a golf course.
Aye.
I liked the desert. And I liked the motel.
Yeah, the motel scene was quite funny.
That was cool. Quite a lot. It was quite. I was like, oh, these are actually like different to your usual shite. But a plane lands, and then your Optimus Prime fucking black Optimus Prime comes out.
Giant truck just like
it expands.
And then inside is like a Harry Potter tent.
Yeah,
it's just
goes on forever.
It's like the first floor of a warehouse is inside a fucking truck.
And so it's like a plane lands, a truck comes out of it. A guy pulls up in a car, and then a helicopter lands.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, modes of transport. Soon a train will turn up. Like,
think of all the fuel made to use to make this scene.
And see the helicopter. I don't know what comes out of the helicopter. Like, there's nothing comes to it. As if they had the money and they had a helicopter and like, oh, just land it. Like, so looks cool. As if things are happening now. Things are about to happen. So the truck comes off and has to do a U-turn, which is realistic, right? But you don't want to watch that. It's not cool. It's not cool. So the guy's like, give me a minute, I'm turning around. But the main bad guy it seemed like he was right beside the helicopter, and then you see him get in the car, gets in the car, drives like 10 yards, and it gets back out of it to go in front of the truck. And it was like, right. So, and then that's when the soldiers come out and they start doing a mad comms check.
It's
like the camera check, and it's like you have all this money to reanimate dead bodies, but like the cameras are fucking honking. Like
it's like they keep zooming in and out all the time,
and the picture's terrible.
And everybody's like, you've got Universal Super Soldiers, and it's like, what's the first thing you do? We're going to fuck their depth perception by blocking one eye with this stupid camera feed. They're all constantly...
There's a good thing about that. So did you notice that a guy an actor called Tiny Lister, he's in The Dark Knight. Actually, he's the guy that throws... There he is there. He's the guy that throws the decision thing as the prisoners out the boat in The Dark Knight.
Give me that shit.
He's in the fifth film. He's in a lot of films, right? He doesn't get any lines, right? He's got a fucked eye. And you see it in all the films. One of his eyes is completely fucked, and they put the fucking camera over his good eye. He couldn't fucking see. Right, he's one of the soldiers, man. He's got no lines. He couldn't fucking see because if you look, it's on the left hand side of Jean-Claude Van Damme and everybody else. And I think they might have changed it or something like that. But he was basically like, I can't fucking see, mate. He's not I can't act. So they're coming at the truck and getting their like comms check to go to the dam because there's a terrorist organisation that's don't know what they're doing. Basically,
he's taking tourists hostage that are at the dam.
Yeah. And then that's when they start taking people out with fucking Desert Eagles with silencers over like 500 fucking meters away, like. And they start headshotting people, like they're miles away, and they're headshotting people with pistols.
Pistols that have like 100-foot range or whatever, like like the bullet velocity, like, and they're just like shooting across a dam, like with a pistol, like pure emotionless the whole time. Fucking Dolph Lundgren's face, it's just so dead.
There's nothing. He's perfect for this role.
It's like how you imagine a toy would look, like just constantly like running about, just like. No emotion where he's like snapping someone's neck. He doesn't even look at them. He doesn't even look at people when he aims at them. He just kind of looks away.
He's looking like up like that. He's always his head doing like this, and he's kind of looking up. As if I can't see bright.
He's just trying to look evil all the time.
Yeah, I know.
They're taking out all the terrorists and everything. They're putting on stupid walkie-talkies, headsets on their walkie-talkies to keep repeating like,
"What is
Section 1's clear."
How stupid is that? So because like it's saying. Cue playback. Is that so? As if they went into the radio and went right, play the last thing said in the radio. It could be anything. It could be like, my wife's making shit spaghetti bolognese.
My wife cheating on me. I fucking knew it.
And they just play. Okay, reduce playback. My wife's cheating on me. I fucking knew it. My wife's cheating on me. Just I mean, like it's like what? Something's obviously wrong here. So obviously they're trying to do. They're trying to do like it's like this area's safe. So don't fucking even though the guy's neck's broke, don't come check this area. Do you know what I mean?
It's all fine.
Yeah, but it's all based on hopefully the last thing they said was everything's clear here. Basically, it's so stupid.
The feedback of a recorder going into a walkie-talkie.
I know. That's a good point as well. Like fucking all screechy. Like it'd be fucked. Or you couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
When they take somebody out in the dam, they run down the dam with like
rappel things.
Rope behind them, and it's like if the guys turned around like any moment, they would just see two people running down the dam because there's nothing else there but wall and them. So they would just see two guys going. There's two guys coming at us from miles away.
Pure broad, clear day. The visibility's perfect. And then the guys have like desert camouflage.
They're like sprinting down, going, hope they don't just turn round at any moment while we're running down this dam.
It was so stupid, but it's so fun.
But they pull it off.
I think that was at a time when dams were really popular in 90s films.
GoldenEye? When did GoldenEye come out?
That was in 95 or 6.
Was it? So this stole that idea stole it from Universal Soldier. That is one of the coolest.
A lot of Damme
films.
Damme dynamic.
Because of Jean-Claude Van Damme.
So this is the initial operation where things are going smoothly.
This is the third one for something maybe says at one point.
This is the third operation. We've had no casualties. And then like the pure huge
There's been two other ones, but we don't want to talk about them.
And there's like some massive Universal Soldier guy, and then like for some reason he's dressed up as like some kind of maintenance guy, and I'm like the biggest maintenance guy to ever fucking work.
And he's just walking towards like the terrorists.
He's got like a pure like
toolkit.
It's like a comically tiny little red box he's just walking with, and it's like the purpose of the
massive
box
camera on
is
it.
to have a giant camera on it.
But the camera's sticking out, so you'd be looking at it going, "There's a camera on want that.
And he's like, stop, and then the guy's just not stopping, and he's like, shoot him, and then he just gets shot, and then they're all like, sweet, right, we're taking care of that guy, and then they just keep like moving forward. Then the guy is like, now I'll use this trusty fucking toolbox with a little pistol.
Yeah, thanks. See, when he took the pistol at the toolbox, I thought the toolbox was going to be the pistol. So he was just going to like press the button on the toolbox, which because it's got a massive thing at the front of it. I went, oh, that's clearly like a silencer or something like that.
Right.
So he's just going to press a button. No, that would have made sense.
In fact, a box, a toolbox, and he
with
used
a gun inside it. Fucking hell. Which, by the way, barely fit when he opened it. The thing was like, the gun was like sitting at an angle because they were just like, fuck, just jam it. Yeah, the gun just bent.
Right, so after that guy shoots a head terrorist, then Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren kill the other two terrorists, and
save the day.
Then, like, Jean-Claude Van Damme is walking looking at the other hostages, and then two Asian people are there. So immediately Jean-Claude Van Damme gets a flashback.
And when he died.
The best actor ever is that he just keeps turning around
his
and
eyes
looking
like,
at Dolph Lundgren, and it's like, it's like what he's meant to be seeing is like, oh wait, I remember this guy doing a war crime.
It's pure overacting.
But he's like, it's as though like a girl like finding out someone drank their Diet Coke or something, or like, and it's just like, and he turning around and Dolph Lundgren's just sitting there like, with his mad emotionally dead face, just not reacting. And then he's just like, and he's like, hey, GR14, do you read me? And he's just like,
GR14's not responding.
And he's like, yeah, I totally get it.
Do you know what's crazy? To see the Asian actors they used to look like the Asian actors, people? It's the same fucking people. Like, how lazy is that? Like, do you know when I looked at it, I genuinely went, I'm pretty sure that's the same fucking Asian couple we've just seen at the start of the fucking film.
Racist.
And then I was like, well, you're probably going to hire people that look very similar to them and probably just dressing them up differently. Maybe I'm talking shite. I looked it up. It's the same fucking cunts. They used the same cunts at the start of the film. All they did was put like lipstick on her and fucking changed her hair. He looks no fucking different.
Gave the guy jeans.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So technically they're ones that are being racist because they just went, no one will notice. I fucking noticed. Like, fucking idiots, man. So no wonder Jean-Claude Van Damme's having a fucking flashback. It's the same Asian couple. Shouldn't you be dead? Both of you are dead.
We killed them, right?
Yeah.
So like, we're getting past that, but it's a successful mission.
It's always
everyone's
successful.
Fine. The third mission, which makes me kind of think, so in the other two missions, it's pretty lucky that Jean-Claude Van Damme didn't encounter any Asian people, or else he would have had some flashback. But
do you know what I found so funny about the terrorists? So it shows you like all the news reporters have somehow are allowed to get really close to this dam where there's some sort of terrorist taking hostages, and they take it. It shows you right away like it's like a fucking camera for like a helicopter, and it's like they're bringing out another one, and they bring out like a hostage, and they just fucking shoot the hostage, right? Then it cuts like a minute later, it takes you somewhere else to like uni soldiers and goes back to like the hostages, and the guy goes, he says, "Do as you're told, or you won't get hurt." And he's like, you've just murdered somebody last second ago, like obviously you're gonna get hurt. Like they get the terrorist guy, and then the people that are supposed to be like like the negotiators or whatever, the government, they basically goes, that's if they've already killed 5 hostages. But the guy goes on and tells the rest of the hostages, you won't get hurt if you do what you're told.
Misinformation.
Yeah, but then he's just like, next. Do you know what I mean? Like, we promise everything will be fine. So it's clearly like somebody's just wrote like, just say generic like taking hostage lines. So the successful mission, and then we get introduced to the star of the show, the woman Veronica Roberts. She turns up reporting and she gets sacked.
She gets sacked on the spot for being late and basically just like last minute and everything.
Yep.
Thinking she's better than everybody and she just constantly fucking smokes. And then we're getting back to
like
the
lab.
Soldiers being debriefed and like they're like, oh, what the fuck was going on with Luke there, like GR14?
Is he actually called Luke?
His name's Luke.
I couldn't hear what they were saying.
It was heavy. Like I had to read the subtitles when I was watching it.
I know, I need the subtitles as well.
But so the whole idea of the Universal Soldiers is that they have thermal monitors on their wrists, and if they get too hot, they have to go and cool down, and then that's also matter of fact
in the back of Optimus Prime lab.
Yeah, in the back of this giant truck that basically
it's a
has
mobile
like,
base.
Aye, it has a fucking
For some reason they've
fridge
got a
in
mobile
it.
base.
It has a chair for every soldier so they can sit in it and then get
naked.
injected with like memory fucking like
Serum.
Memory serum that it takes away like
To
all
delete-
the memories.
To delete like the mass mission or something. Like what?
Aye.
They're already zombies. Like what's the fucking? What's the
if
need
they
for that?
Surely it'd be good if they had experience
Yeah, I
of all
know.
their missions
That's a
so
good
they
point.
could build up on it and be more effective.
Hey, I can shoot people with Desert Eagles over 500 yards. Do it again.
But so Van Damme's like memories are sort of coming back in some way, and then the scientists are like, there's something wrong, and the colonel just keeps mistrusting all these highly qualified scientists, going like, no, he's just confused.
He's just medically confused. Like
there's just something wrong. He's just bi-curious.
Did you see? Sorry, see when they're checking Jean-Claude Van Damme again. This is just like general like dialogue that's just been like thrown in there, and no one's like looked at it to see if it makes sense. They asked for a status report when they've watched the whole fucking thing on a webcam, and obviously they've just injected him like with memory, and they're like deleted his memory, and they're asking Jean because they're trying to show that Jean-Claude Van Damme is like malfunctioning. So they go and so they say status report, so he can then say, I don't know. It's like, well, he doesn't know because first you've deleted his memory, and second, like, fucking, you've watched the whole thing. Why would you need a status report?
What's your favourite colour?
I know,
What?
What would be the status report? They're dead. So we killed them and we saved people.
Thank God, it's all working out fine.
Yeah, exactly.
The smiling wave.
You already
boys.
knew that? Like, oh, it's stupid as fuck.
So they're sitting in the recovery point. They're all just like sitting, literally chilling in the back of their truck. Then like they're all doing whatever kind of like task afterwards. This is like later that night. So this reporter is going with her like cameraman friend, because apparently the cameraman is always just like at the bidding of the reporter all the time. And every fucking...
He's always
like,
on the clock.
Yeah, exactly. He's like working like 24 hours a day. And
You're
like,
always getting me in trouble.
there's like no family responsibilities other than the reporter.
What the fuck are they? They're in the middle of the desert as well.
They go to the middle of this desert, and then
Perfect place for cooling it. Perfectly place for a fridge to function efficiently. Do you know what I mean? The heat that comes
nothing
out.
can go wrong in this arid desert.
Like this fridge is definitely not going to overheat while the fans are like trying to cool it down on the outside of the truck. Like it's probably like fuck me.
We go through like 6 generators. So they go to do their little snooping about.
Recon mission.
The reconnaissance, and then
basically she ends up getting really close, and he's like the cameraman's like, don't go too close. So anyway, for some reason, when the lab people decide they can't again in the desert. So the cunts are getting cooled down, but one of them, the guy, the big fucking guy, the Johnny guy, gets shot like 100 times, right? He has to get put in an icebox outside the lab so she can fucking obviously open it, right? So she opens it and you can clearly see the guy's breathing, right? But technically it's supposed to be breathing. So she opens it and she's like, oh, this guy's dead and he's on ice. And then he just opens his eyes and looks at her and she goes, oh, fuck. So she's not...
a couple of pictures beforehand.
Oh, so she does, yeah. And then they've got like, and then the people in the truck were like, there's a fucking cunt outside taking photos. So get her. So they go from everyone's naked in the chamber, getting their memories deleted, to literally a second later they send them out to fully dressed
with their eye patch things on.
Yeah, equipped with camera and everything within literally seconds to chase the woman down, and she's like, stop the car, that classic fucking scene where she's running to the fucking the cameraman. So they try and get away, and the Universal soldiers are after them in like a pickup truck. It's not like a military car or that. They're just like in this fucking weird pickup. Yeah, and that's when they're in the middle of the desert, in the middle of fucking nowhere. There's nothing to hit, and the guy manages to go up a ramp in the middle of nowhere. What's the ramp for?
I don't know how he manages.
He crashes up a ramp
because he's looking ahead of him the whole time.
I know.
He's not distracted by fuck all.
I know, and it's a desert, so you just go, oh look, there's a ramp there. I'm just going to go slightly to the right and avoid that ramp. Yeah,
just slamming it.
Look, we're getting away.
So.
It explodes just before as well. It explodes at the top of the ramp as he's going up it. For some reason there's an explosion, even though it's all wood. Like, I don't know why it explodes.
Is that meant to make out that there was
Just
like...
look cool.
Oh, right, okay.
Basically, oh my god, yeah, this is explode. But it explodes before he gets to the top of the ramp in the car, because obviously it's a stunt double doing it.
Yeah.
And the car flips, and then she's just like joking, even though she's been in a serious car accident. And who is it? Jean-Claude Van Damme pulls her out.
Pulls her out, and then the two of them are kind of like on their knees at this point, and the soldiers are just watching them.
That's just like those Asian
Oh,
cars.
exactly. So it's meant to be like, so again, some flashback. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Very specific moments for Jean-Claude Van Damme. No wonder.
This is kind of similar, and he turns around to
The same thing, yeah.
And it's the exact same thing.
Stupid
Dolph
look.
Lundgren's got no fucking expression. He's just staring straight
It's
ahead.
like, do your job, mate.
And then Dolph Lundgren ends up like,
I'm remembering.
something's happening in my mind.
Dolph
Dolph Lundgren just fucking blasts the fucking guy's head off.
Again.
Unordered, no orders for it.
And then they go, shit, he's just killed a civilian in the lab. And they're like,
For some reason, because then Van Damme is like, okay, clearly what I need to do now is just reenact what the moments before I died the first time. And then he grabs a woman, gets into the military like jeep thing, and drives off with her,
not knowing where he's going or what he's doing or what.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. He's just like, safety, get you to safety.
Yeah, he basically he's like a pure like shit model of Terminator
it's
that
terrible.
can't do anything.
Yeah.
And then it gets to the point where like he's stopping and starting because he's getting like given different orders.
In his ear.
And then she takes his headset off because he can't think to do that. And then like throws it away. And then they drive away. And then
Is that when they get to the mall?
they run out of fuel. And then he starts pushing the car, and he starts pushing it to like 30 miles per hour.
And she's like, what?
What's
Who is
going
this
on?
guy? And like completely not traumatised by like, one of her best friends and colleagues who's just been shot in the head. Like,
minions.
she's so over it like right away. She's already making jokes and fucking...
I go like, you can push a car faster than my grandma drives. It's
What's
like,
going on? What is going... They can't get away with this. Like, they've not like fucking like stole like fucking like money from like public funds or something like that. They can't get away with. You've just murdered someone in front of you, your best pal.
They're the
You're just
military. I'm pretty sure they can get away with
Yeah.
it. They're getting away with it now, man.
They get the main bad guy at one point says, "You're not gonna get within 10 yards," and I'm like, 10 yards is close. Like he said, it's something to do with like the Union soldiers are so, I can't remember what the actual scene is, but he basically says to either the woman or he says to like one of them or something like, "You're not going to get in with 10 yards of like my soldiers," or some shit like that. And you're like, 10 yards is really fucking
10
close.
yards is
You're
enough
fanny.
to throw a grenade at
Like, why would
somebody.
you not say you're not going to get, you when you get in a mile within a mile of these cunts?
Yeah.
That makes sense. You're fucking in
Got
it.
shit cautionary metrics in this film. One thing I did really like though was nobody aims from the shoulder. Everybody's just constantly shooting from the elbow level.
I know, and the thing
lower.
is as well, like even if they like are genetically more stronger, like it doesn't improve their fucking aim, and they're not robots. That's the thing that I don't think the film understood what it was. It was like, so somebody said that I don't know if they were like nearly getting sued or something, but they said it's essentially RoboCop. Because that is RoboCop. It's a reanimated body to service the law, essentially. But like it doesn't. But RoboCop is different because the guy's basically a robot and mechanical. So he will have a better aim. He will like be indestructible and he will move like. There's no real reason for them to move about like robots. They don't have any mechanics in them.
I think
and their aim wouldn't be better.
I think it was just maybe the whole thing that they're treating them kind of like they're not people anymore. You know what I mean? So it's like they're instruments. They're universal soldiers.
And that's fine, but technically, I mean, you could say like, oh, they were good at their job and stuff like that. But again, you wouldn't be just hip firing if they were good at their job. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I know. On you go. In fact.
Aye. I've not really got much to say except he gets naked, try to cool down.
He's pushed the car. He's pushed the car to the motel.
Yep.
And then he's like starting to actually sweat now.
Yeah. He's going, I need to go down.
I need to go down. Middle of the night.
I think he's had 2 lines this whole movie at this point, basically, which is really good. Yeah. And that one shot.
He, at that point, he literally looks like how I imagine he'd look after a fucking coke binge.
Yeah, his eyes. The whole movie, his eyes are half shut. Like
he's
the
like
whole fucking movie.
He's like fucking sweating. He's like got no fluids left.
And they get a hotel room with that arsehole and his mum that sits in the fucking reception, and he goes to cool down. He gets his clothes off, And then she goes to leave the room, and he's like, "You have to get to safety. You have to get." And then he just falls and conveniently covers his cock. So he's so fucked that he falls down, but enough to get his leg up to cover his cock.
And he's still got his socks on.
Yeah,
as
so
well. Which I just don't get. Like, I was like, why would you not? Okay.
I know. So she gets all the ice to cool him down in the bath, and then you start saying, "Whoa, he's fucking
His
bullet
wounds are
wounds."
healing.
Yeah, which is actually not a bad effect.
Yeah.
So he's which I don't know how that makes any sense. But then he's got a tracking device on him, which he doesn't know about, and all the cunts turn up, and this makes no sense. So the Unisoldiers turn up, right, and Dolph Lundgren's got good old Dolph's got a shot on her, and she's like trying to get they cut the phones as well, so they literally take out all the whole town's fucking telecoms, and he's got a shot on her and like, don't take the shot. Just observe.
Get them together.
Yeah, just observe. And it's like, right, okay, why? And then, because literally 10 seconds later, they just tan the whole room with bullets. Do you know what I mean? It's like, why didn't you take the shot then if your intention was just to kill them later? Do you know what I mean? Like, and you have a tracking device on the other one, so you would just shoot
You know exactly where he is.
Yeah.
Use your fucking like cameras that you've got in your eyes and all to like see that.
So he lets her get back into the room, and then they go, right, let's shoot the walls. Instead of breaking it, obviously, instead of going in as well, why didn't they just go into the fucking motel room? Because they knew specifically what room that he was in. Because then when they're shooting, Jean-Claude Van Damme's like, get down. So he gets down because it's if they went, right, you're a robot, you have no emotion, but you're not fucking silent. He couldn't hear him. So then Jean-Claude Van Damme jumps on her or something like that and get down. I think he's still on the scud at this point. And then he starts going, there's no escape, so he starts going through the walls. So he starts throwing himself through the walls, and then you get the lad going, he's in the second room now, he's in the third room, he's in the fourth room, and then he gets to like the end of the building. The end of the building is now not walls between the motel room, it's concrete wall. So he can tell, and this is where it gets bad, he can tell what room he's in, and he can tell the structure of the walls. He can't get through that, it's concrete. Right? And she's actually really good and quite funny, and she's like, right, on you go, fuck's sake, you just went through about 5 walls. And he's like, it's fucking it's concrete.
I can't possibly run through this.
Yeah, exactly. Because like everything else has made sense from this point on. Yeah. So to hide, at one point when he goes through a room, Jean-Claude Van Damme looks up and there's a couple pumping right in the bed. The Unisoldiers tan the whole fucking motel with the bullets, and the couple like are fine, not doing it, but they freak out when Jean-Claude Van Damme goes through the wall. Do you know what I mean? Like, the whole place has just been riddled with bullets, and they're like, okay with that, just continue pumping. And then when Jean-Claude Van Damme goes through the wall, it's like, hey, dude, whoa.
A guy through the wall? That's
terrifying.
Crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's ridiculous to happen here.
Those bullets are fine. The Unisols break in and go, we can't find him. And he's like, mate, he's there. There's 4 rooms. So now suddenly they can't tell which room he's in, even though they could tell you which room he was in 10 seconds ago. And he's hiding underneath. You just see a gun come out.
The couple are like petrified, like, and then that guy, the one that you were talking about, his good eye was like covered up.
Tiny Lister
is like walking through it, and he looks at the couple. The couple are just terrified, like looking at him.
What the fuck's going on? No one's screaming, no one's saying it.
Yeah,
like they're just silent.
I don't know, just unquestionably.
We can't. They don't have any lines. It's like we can't pay them, so make sure they don't speak.
We have to pay them $1,000 a line.
Yeah, you know.
Like
you see
he looks
gun
at
come up.
He looks at them and they're like, all right, they're not here, and then when they leave,
they're just a sexy couple.
And the sexy couple are sitting there.
Thank God they weren't Asian.
I don't know.
Jean-Claude Van Damme would be under the covers. What's going on?
Flashbacks. His hand just comes at the cover and he's like, do you have a car?
That's so funny, yeah. You can't see his face.
And then you just
I was
think to yourself, so the reporter in Van Damme
are on their naked bodies
under the covers, like somehow didn't get noticed by the soldiers.
That guy's probably, it's just happened as well, the guy's probably still got a stoner. Like in Jean-Claude Van Damme's underneath the covers, his face is probably in that region.
At their region of like where the vagina and where the fucking dick are, and then they're probably just pure smelling like that fistiness of like sex smell.
And there's
and then like
Jean-Claude Van Damme's already fucking roasting,
like
sweating.
It's just like, oh my fucking god. And then, so they grab their car, they grab this couple's car, they get to another gas station, albeit one without a motel.
And the guy owns it. I thought that was quite good. The guy who owns it, I thought just his lines were crack. He was just a pure moody bastard. He seemed like he was real. He was just like, valet, that looked like a fucking valet. But then he's like, where he's gone? He's like, we're going to get changed. What are you doing? That's my fucking shop.
That's mad.
Yeah,
That's
he's
my
a moody
office.
bastard. Yeah.
So, like, they get in this office and then, like...
They realise they get a tracking device.
Van Damme's like, all right.
He gets naked again.
He gets naked and then, like, he's like, feel around, feel me. And he's like, look for something hard.
Yeah.
And then she's just like
making faces.
What? And then
At the camera.
Exactly. And then,
oh boy.
Like, so find something hard, and then she's like feeling about, and then she's like, I think I found something, and it's like in his like lower, like the back of his file and his hamstring.
Yeah.
And then Van Damme,
his head just drops.
He just fucking like basically shows the entire audience that he can clearly suck his own dick.
Yeah, he just looks over.
His head just appears between his legs.
Yeah, and he goes,
like,
cut it out.
You have to cut it out.
Yeah.
Move it.
Yeah.
And then he's like, right, I need to cool down again. And then the soldiers come, the Unisouls come in,
which you can see from miles away, which is pure stupid. It's just a truck
on this
like
straight
we're gonna
road.
Straight, you know, in the middle of the desert, we're gonna get you. Like it's just the truck's
We
just
are
slowly
coming
winding
in our slow truck.
Yeah, exactly.
So they come through, and then they go to open the door of the office, and then it's just like a wee kind of metal cowboy dummy.
Mm-hmm.
But the soldiers don't take a moment; they just
tan
immediately
it.
start shooting it. And then,
They tan it for ages, mate.
They're shooting it constantly, and
it's
then,
a mannequin.
It's not even it's like a metal kind of sign. It's a wee cowboy guy with a gun. And then that sets off sparks. There's like been an elaborate kind of gasoline trail leading out to blow up the gas station.
Yeah.
And then all these soldiers are like on fire. And then the mad science team were like, we have to put them out, oh my god.
Yeah. And he's just running around pointing at bodies that are on fire. It's like,
scientists are just like firefighters at the same time.
But the man, just keep calling him, but the guy in charge, he keeps going, put this one out on fire, put this fire one out. He's like, yeah, well, mate, I'm getting to that. Like, he's just going to go, oh yeah, there is a guy on fire over there. Like, as if the guys are running about putting guys on fire, and he's just pointing at each person that's on fire. Now put him out. Then put him out. Like, he's like,
I have
give
the power.
Give me a fucking minute. You go fucking grab a fire extinguisher, you dick.
I liked it that bit as well. It's like, these guys are worth $250 million a piece. And it's just like, what?
You let one get pure riddled with bullets a minute ago as well.
The immortal super soldiers are worth $250 million, and then like a Bugatti Veyron worth $200 million.
Yeah. And then someone out of nowhere hands him a bit of paper when he's at the gas station. The gas station blows up. Mm-hmm. And he hands him a bit of paper and he goes, they're pulling the plug. He'd already said that it was off the books. And there was the government didn't, the military didn't even know anything about it. But who the fuck's pulling the plug? How do they know that in the middle of the desert or in the middle of a gas station things have went wrong?
You got tipped off by a secret agent.
Yeah, it's all basically just so that the guy can say to Dolph, it's over, Dolph. And he's like, nah, fuck that shit.
And that triggers his memories.
Why though?
That was the thing that like really got me. The colonels are insane to like the leader, who's essentially Dolph of like this mad USO squad.
Yeah,
it's over.
In Vietnam.
So that immediately triggers
that
Dolph's
one line,
memory.
those 2 words.
So he remembers everything about his whole identity. Remembers his whole name. Resumes his PTSD psycho fucking bullshit he was doing at the start of the film.
Yeah.
And then,
where was I?
Absolutely doesn't skip a beat from 25. Doesn't skip a beat from 25 years ago. And then you've got like moments before Jean-Claude Van Damme is unsure that his penis is supposed to fucking be there. He's asking the girl, "Is that supposed to be there?" She's like, "Yeah." And it's like, what's with the disparity between these two people? But anyway,
I know.
So then the
Jean-Claude Van Damme is hiding in the truck with that guy, but for some reason he's taking the guy's clothes. I don't really know what the point was.
He's trading clothes with the guy. The guy trades clothes with him. Dolph is, and then Dolph kills the colonel and then puts on his clothes. Everyone just
everyone loves getting naked.
Exactly.
At one point, you see when Dolph shoots the colonel. and he shoots him in the eye basically, and his glasses don't break. So the guy's like wearing glasses, and he shoots him in the eye. And you just see a blood splat
behind the glass.
Behind the glass, that's the glass. His glasses that he's wearing.
Wow, what a shot!
But doesn't. Yeah, he curved the bullet behind his glasses and in his eye.
One thing I did like though was that, like, presuming his mad psychotic bullshit, his first priority is to inject muscle enhancers and then just continue making an ear necklace. Like,
where was that? Oh yeah, he's just like whistling, like as if he's knitting a sweater. Like
he's just like making it again. It's like it's just so funny. He's immediately going to that, and his personality's pure changed.
Yeah.
So we're at that point where Dolph is just basically trying to get those soldiers back to life, and he's using the last 3 scientists to like basically
cool them down
to take care of his men,
doing something that Jean-Claude Van Damme is doing with literally bags of ice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Jean-Claude Van Damme is like the more autonomous one that, you know, doesn't know how to use his dick, apparently. So we're hitting the third. The scientists are shitting themselves, and then like they're just like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Yeah, and he walks in and says, "Get the colonel in here. I want to see him." And he goes, "He can't hear you." And he puts his ears on the table.
Yeah.
And that's when he takes control. One of the ideas for the scientists is Dolph has to cool down. So Dolph goes into the mad, the fridge, the cryo fridge. To cool down, but that's where the memory thing is. So they're thinking, oh fuck, if we inject him with that memory thing, then we can probably control him again and calm him down. So they say Dolph is sleeping, but I mean, did he really sleep? So basically, he's got his eyes closed, sitting in a chair. Sends the mad lab guy in to go press the button, but you need to press. They can't do it. They have
remotely.
To make that made no sense. So it showed you at the start of the film where they all went in the chair and they did it themselves, and they have to like why
are they responsible for injecting their memory serum?
Yeah, why do you need to order them to inject the serum? Why would it not just be they sit in the chair and you press the button outside it and they all go at the one time? Fucking hell. So he goes, I'm just going to check this, and he's like, it seems like it because Dolph wakes up and grabs the guy's hand, like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, I'm just checking to see if this works properly. He's like, let's check it together, and he grabs him, puts him in the chair, a different chair, right, and then pulls the needle out, and then the scientist outside shouts, "No, stop, you're gonna kill him." He's like, well, that's the idea, you're fucking idiot. Like, I know.
And like the fucking injector thing,
it's a 3-inch needle.
And it's like it goes through his skull.
It goes through his skull, comes out his cheek. Yeah, and as before it was like it was only supposed to go into his neck, and he pushes it down. It's like, how does a 3-inch needle now fucking turn into about 12 inches and go at his cheek?
You think there was some kind of resistance thing?
Drama.
I felt as though it was a bit cocky of like whoever designed it. They're like, these soldiers are so obedient, we don't even have to inject them.
Yeah, they inject themselves. Yeah, exactly. That's in the advert when they're selling them. The 250 million.
They're self-medicating.
Yeah.
So
we go to the diner.
The third area in which desert areas have to go. They've been to the motel. They've been to the shit heap fuel station. Now to the diner in the middle of a shit desert.
Yeah, where everyone hates their life.
Everyone's just like, you know, like they're deprived of something. They're all kind of like cowboys, but they have no horses.
Yeah. He orders everything in the world, but he's forgotten how to speak, he's forgotten how to eat. He doesn't. He just literally doesn't know how to function as a human being.
Alright, so like Van Damme is eating all this food. And then the reporter woman's gone away to make a phone call or something.
Aye.
And then Van Damme's eating and fucking eating so much. And then the kind of bitch waitress, actually, it's quite reasonable because she's like, "Can you actually pay for this?"
Yeah, because he's about 7 meals.
You've got like only a vest that says Joe on it.
You're clearly not Joe.
You clearly don't have enough money and have the name Joe.
And he's like, I don't know.
And he's like, I don't know how to pay for this. And then
she shouts the cook for him.
The cook, and then it's meant to be like the owner of the diner.
Yeah.
And it's really weird because everyone in the diner is pure looking at Jean-Claude Van Damme as though you're about to get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
And it's just like some fucking fat, middle-aged, like, cook guy.
Yeah. He's going to kick your ass.
He's not going to have money to pay.
You beautiful, physically developed young man.
This tall, heavy set, like, middle-aged guy guy has apparently gained everybody's confidence in the diner.
I know how much money I've got on.
He's going to take out the young, ripped Jean-Claude Van Damme.
It's a great shit.
But that's the thing. That guy looks like fucking Kyle Gass from Tenacious D.
Oh, is that
Mate,
he does?
He looks exactly fucking like him.
Yeah, I'll look up.
Put a picture and you can just see it. Like, it's like a spitting image of him.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So what ends up happening is that like this fucking ego inflated fucking like cook just like tries to take out Jean-Claude Van Damme. John's having none of it. He fucking knocks him the fuck out, and then every other individual like young guy there proceeds to just one after the other. All the diner patrons are just trying to attack them, even though he's fucking big, he's not breaking a sweat and he's beating everybody the fuck up.
But it's like, you think it would be like, oh, one person tries and they go, hey, what the fuck are you doing? So maybe one or two people tries. It's like 4, 5, 6. It just keeps going.
Just a line.
And then the people that get beat up get up and go, I'm gonna have another shit in him. Like, and it's like, what are you so doing, man? Like, start. And then there's like, it's the busiest diner obviously in the world as well. There's about 40 people in it, and there's a pool table for some fucking reason because it's supposed. It's like as if it's a pub. But it's not, it's a diner, mate. People are having a meal.
Middle of nowhere with no immediate houses near it, and yet it's fucking packed.
Like, you get those pub, what do you call them, pub brawls, and you're like, yeah, you can get it because people are intoxicated and usually it's scum that's in it. But people are just having their breakfast, and everyone that has having their breakfast is clearly sort of for a scrap, like all the time. Like, I'll fit him.
Apart from me, he's not a fighting.
Yeah.
So one after the other, they all just start attacking him, and then he's like beating a shit out of them, and then he has this weird thing where like he's completely destroyed the fucking diner, and then the reporter woman comes back, and then she's like, "Oh, did you have a nice lunch?" And then like he's like sitting eating popcorn, and he just smiles at her.
I know.
This weird smile.
Why does he smile?
He looks pure fucked when he's doing it as well.
Because like it's like he doesn't know how to order things. He doesn't know anything about any emotion, but he suddenly in that moment knows how to smile, or like has the reason to smile. Like why would he be happy in that moment when he has no memories, nothing, doesn't know how to live? He's just ate for the first time.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't smile, you wouldn't do anything. You would just be like a robot, like you fucking are a fucking robot.
I'm still fucked. Dolph ends up actually going to that diner and then questioning everybody.
Oh, so he does.
What the fuck the deal is, and then like after all the guys are laughing at him and then making fun of his ear necklace.
Which is very sensitive about.
Very sensitive. He just proceeds to fucking like triple kick all these guys.
Yeah.
And then
with his foot still in the air, he just goes 1, 2, 3. You know, I mean, like the 3 different guys with the same foot, and it doesn't touch the ground in between kicks.
And one of the scientists, like the lead scientist guy, at the same time, goes back to the big guy. By the way, Sergeant Andrews wants you to hold on to this grenade for 30 seconds.
Right.
But he's still in the thing with him.
So he goes, Sergeant Scott wants you to fucking hold this grenade for 30 seconds. The guy closes his hand quickly, and it's supposed to hold his hand, the scientist's hand as well, and the scientist can't get away. But it doesn't show that in any way. The guy, he doesn't struggle. He clearly isn't holding his hand. He's only got like half a thumb in. And I think what's supposed to happen there is he was wanting the soldier to kill himself, and he was going to get out the lab.
Oh, right.
I know, but it's terrible. It's so badly done because he's like this. He kind of does that, and that's it. He shakes his hand. He has no will to live. Essentially, he goes like, well, I'm not getting out of this." like after like one pull of his arm. So the guy holds a grenade and holds it so tight that he slightly holds the guy's thumb, and that's enough. That's enough for the scientist to also die, and they both just die off screen.
Why was that not like?
I don't know. You're like, this is a revelation.
Mate, that guy doesn't even die. The guy, the soldier doesn't even die. He just like Dolph Lundgren like takes him to the supermarket.
So he does. That's a good point. Yeah, drags him through. He's walking through a supermarket, dragging 2 dead bodies basically, and he's like, "Where's your freezers?" And then he goes to freeze them. There's like hanging meat, and he starts volleying cows. Like he's just like, "Get out the fucking way!" And he throws. And then this is a theme in the movie as well. A lot of people keep shouting at dead bodies to wake up and kicking them. Dolph starts like volleying the guys, going, "Get up, shoulder, get up, private!" And he's like, the guy's fucking riddled with bullets,
gaping in his stomach. And
he's like, "You lazy bastard! You're not on a break."
You're a traitor, aren't you?
So good.
So we're like then like 2 police officers show up.
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren's
Yeah.
like on a first person shooter like easy mode. It just immediately like
tans
takes
them all.
people out.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to fucking aim again.
But the whole supermarket stayed. So all the customers have all stayed just watching this.
Aye.
They're all just staring at Dolph coming out, and he comes in and he goes, God damn it, the whole fucking platoon strapping like flies. Like, it's like, what are you talking about? There's like 2 guys. Aye, exactly. And they were already dead, and he's like, God damn it. It's like just generic, like, sergeant things to say.
Yeah.
The whole platoon strapping like flies. Like,
It must have practiced that so much just to
Yeah.
know the American accent.
so, and all the customers have stopped shopping, and they're all just watching this, and I don't know how long this has went on for, but guys just dragged 2 dead bodies into a freezer, and you're all like, oh yeah, we'll just stay for the show. It's like, the guy will fucking, what, if you're going to die, get out of the fucking shop, phone the police, and then get out. They're all just staying and staring, and then he's giving like a fucking speech
About Vietnam.
And he starts obviously making, like, he keeps saying racist terms as well, which is really fucking,
we're not
I
gonna
don't know if that's
repeat-
okay.
We're not going to repeat it here, guys. But
I know.
we
We're better
all,
than that,
We all
you know?
what they refer to the Vietnamese as.
We're all there.
We all know because we're all deeply engrossed in Vietnam War history. But yeah.
Oh, Dolph, I wrote it down here, sorry. Dolph has a proper eckie jaw in like this scene and most of the scenes as well. He's like, God damn it, like, his jaw, like he's got a pure underbite, his jaw's like pure sticking out. He's like, they're everywhere, the traitors, and his jaw's just like pure hanging off, like as if he's fucking taking too many eckies.
Who have they betrayed?
I don't know, mate. I honestly don't know. He just keeps saying that over and over again. Everyone's a traitor, and he calls the cops traitor. He goes, look, there they are, everywhere.
Everyone's a traitor.
Yeah.
You're a traitor. You get a new car. Dr. Gregor, the guy who was apparently responsible for all the surgery of these soldiers.
We don't really learn anything.
Yeah, we the thing that we take away from it when
so
we kind of get any explanation is that Luke's memories are that he wants to go home to his childhood home.
Yep.
Scott believes that he's in a war. And there's a huge disparity between the advantages of those
That was the
memory
last
sets.
moments. And that's what they cling on to. He's like, it wasn't really his last moment. His last moment was getting shot.
Like getting shot by a fucking crazy military superior.
Yep.
It's kind of funny because you just see in the news report when they're at the doctor's bit, they're like, oh, the media are like framing you. They're saying you are the one that did all this. And
I know, but the military were involved, so who's framing?
Well,
Because the military weren't funding it. They just put, like, I forgot that throughout like the whole film. There's like random, the TV just comes on to the point where it says like she'd killed her pal, and then she shot up the motel. And she keeps saying, it's like, we don't need to see that. Like,
a reporter goes on murdering spree. Takes
exactly.
out police officers.
Aye, one single headshots. This report is pretty damn good.
Pure precision targeting.
John Wick report.
And what was so Jean-Claude Van Damme totally ignores the fucking media, like framing a report, and then tells her to go home, and he just inexplicably like pulls out these fucking bus tickets to LA.
Yeah, I know. Where did they get them from?
It's like, well, you don't have money to pay for anything.
You didn't know what money was.
Dynamics of like how to pay for food. Where have you produced these fucking like these bus tickets or in a wee envelope?
When did you leave her side at any point to go do it?
Yeah, exactly.
To come back because you're obviously protecting her.
So we get that whole scene. She's about to get in the bus, and then the bus like drives by, and then as it goes past,
you son of a bitch.
And then she's like smiling at him, and then the bus behind her goes away.
I thought that was funny.
There's an armada of police officers, which was actually quite funny. It was quite well done. I liked it.
That was actually like a unique moment, and usually instead of just your usual shite where the bus drives by and she's there and then that's it. It's like, oh, you're staying. It's like, not another bus moves.
You're being forced
and you're
to
fucked.
stay.
Yeah, you're fucked. Do you know they used actual police in that area? There's like 40-50 police. They just paid them, which I thought was a bit fucked up.
Yeah, I know.
A movie company coming into town and going, I'm going to pay all your police.
You guys aren't doing much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. The whole police force to
crime can't always be happening.
Yeah, exactly. Which is fucking mental. I thought that was a bit weird. Like, it just goes from literally them getting caught off the post to going into prison. There's no like, who are you? What are you doing? Yeah, no, exactly. No process. They just literally go straight in that fucking prison bus on their own.
There's two cars. There's a driver in the prison bus, and then there's
no one else going to prison,
and a car in front, as opposed to like the 40 cars that were there.
Yeah, exactly. And then that's when the big fucking Black Optimus Prime turns up and chases him.
Yeah.
But Dolph's in charge now.
Dolph's in charge. He's got his mad giant maintenance fucking guy in the driver's seat. They knock the first car off the road. they're like start bashing the fucking prison bus, and then like the lead police officer who's leading the convoy,
Yeah.
he's pure useless.
He
He
sees it
just
at the
keeps
window.
on going like, what the hell?
Yeah, he's just looking at the window, observing it all, and doesn't like decide to pull off. And
Holy
go,
shit! This is a mirror.
Yeah. He's like, I'm so glad I can see this. Like, instead of like pulling off to the side and maybe getting the gun out, or at least, I don't know, dropping back a bit to then somehow intervene, he just literally drives in front the whole time and watches them get fucking taken off the road for ages, goes on for hours. They're like, so it's basically truck v truck, and then this is actually quite funny. Dolph starts fucking shoots the driver, and
Hits fire, shoots the driver.
does he tuck in, and then starts launching grenades. He goes, "Hey, let's play catch," and he starts throwing grenades.
Like barely getting the grenades off in time.
Letting them out, and it's like fucking exploded. And Jean-Claude Van Damme decides to, what's he trying to decide to do?
He's trying to get the driver. He's trying to get the.
With why?
He can't open the wee mini prison inside
Is
the
that what it
bus.
is? Right, okay, aye.
But I thought he would have been strong enough to, I don't know.
Why would you not do your own clips first or something like that? I thought that's what he was doing. He takes a wire out of the couch, which I was like, that's cool. And I was like, no, what's he going to do? And it's like, is he trying to get that wire to the wheel? I was like, you're fucking...
just grab the wheel with this little wire.
You're getting rammed, you're in the middle of the desert, and fucking everything's all over the place. How would you even fucking do that? And I'm like, what is he trying to achieve there? And then the bus ends up fucking on its side anyway, so fucking whatever he was doing was just fucking pointless. Like, why does that scene even exist? Like, just deal with the grenades, man. Like, you know what I mean? She's like, he's doing this, he's like, get the wire going through the fucking fence, and she's like fucking having to deal with multiple grenades getting thrown at the bus.
I'm tuning back into my childhood tasks.
Such an idiot.
So Dolph is like throwing grenades at them like some video game boss.
That's funny,
He's just
it's just like Bowser.
Yeah. Bus turns over and then Dolph's like, let's ram them.
Right,
and
over the edge.
Hit them off of a cliff, but then like Jean-Claude at this point is already thrown the reporter woman out of the bus, and then he jumps out the bus and then just fucking like shoots the maintenance guy in the face.
No, maintenance guy.
Maintenance guy, you
with no lines. We loved you.
I think he says nothing the entire film.
Did you notice that they did like an establishing shot, like a big wide shot of like the chase scene of the two buses getting rammed, and obviously because of some sort of health and safety reasons or whatever to get the shot, there's a perfect road going along this cliff right on the side of the cliff. Like, why is it there? And then for the ending shot, they've actually built, like, because they've obviously been setting up, they basically built a roundabout in the middle of a fucking canyon. Because that's when the bus turns over. But obviously because they didn't realise it's in the shot because they're filming them, that you can see at the end on the other side there's like a round. It's like basically a sand roundabout. It's like, this is where the bus turns over and you start ramming it to try and ram it off the edge. So Jean-Claude Van Damme gets out the bus, is standing on the bus, shoots the guy, and Dolph's ramming it. And then
Dolph's in the passenger seat, but the guy's dead. So fucking John's jumped off the thing, and then Dolph's like, fuck, and then basically go flying off. That's them dead.
Explodes. It explodes like 3 different times.
Yeah. So like
Optimus Prime is dead.
Exactly, Optimus Prime.
Black Optimus Prime.
Black Optimus Prime.
So
he's gone. Those two are dead. Clearly, the police are like. That useless police officer just shows up again and he's like, freeze!
I know, where the fuck's he been?
And he's just like...
I thought it was going to end right there. It's like another 20 minutes of the movie.
Exactly. You're like, nah, I'm not so easily fooled. It's kind of a shit death for Dolph Lundgren.
I know.
The police officer just he shows up to like apprehend him, but then the woman just fucking like punches him. She's like, I had 3 brothers growing up, and then he's just like, that explains
everyone's
everything.
line. Every lassie's line in every film, whenever they do anything like that, they go, I grew up with 3 brothers, I'm a tough nut.
I grew up with 3 brothers, that means I can overpower a fully grown man.
Yeah, I can punch an old man in the balls, basically. That's all she does.
So they drive, after that, they've driven the police car all the way back to
Yeah,
Louisiana.
no one has stopped them. Like,
no one stopped them, no one's questioned them for fueling up. And they've driven all the way back to Jean-Claude Van Damme's childhood home, and where he's reunited with his parents on this little farm. Pa.
Yeah. And they made her French because of him.
Oh, that makes sense now.
That's why he's got a funny accent.
It's all clicking. Yeah. So like Jean-Claude Van Damme's like,
and you're like, where's this going as well?
Yeah.
And when you're watching the movie in real time, you're like, where is this fucking going?
Farming.
And we just Yeah, exactly. You're just like, whoa, are we just watching this guy's life now?
I can
Like,
use my military skills to farm.
it just goes on for another 10 hours of just him like having a life. Like, oh, this okay.
Get like learning to pay for food and everything.
Yeah.
So like,
That's the thing, right? Sorry, he's heating up. I don't think he said. I don't know if he shows it when he pull up in the car. So I thought, oh fuck, he's heating up. Like he's going to have that stroke. Like, everyone keeps talking about. Still had right now that stroke. And I think, oh, he's going to see the mom and dad. He's just going to die like in their arms or some shit like that. Oh, that's sad. But he managed to get home, right? So he's heating up. He goes to see the mum and dad, and then it's like hours have passed, and they've been like looking at memories, and he's like, I'm remembering, right? And then she goes, right, I better head because I got you home. That's the job done. I better head. I need to get back to my like news fucking like company, whatever that is, and tell them what's happened. We need to tell the world what's happened and stuff like that. And she just leaves, and at no point does she say like, by the way, you better get on ice, or like, are you going to get on ice at some point? Have we got a plan for this? Like, because you're moments away.
That he could die in his sleep.
Yeah,
like,
you're moments away from having a stroke and dying.
It's funny how like he's went from the desert to the deep south Louisiana, and even hotter, more humid place. So he's back with his mum and dad, and then he's reflecting, saying, "Yeah, I've lost 25 years." But it's like, mate, but you're still like 28.
I know.
What difference?
I know. Except your mum and dad are like slightly older, I guess.
Your mum and dad are basically like...
See as well, like, because it went Vietnam 1969, and then it was like, now it's 1992, or I think it's set in 1992 as well. And then you see, I was like, is this his wife now? Or is this his daughter, and his daughter's old or something? I was like, I didn't really know who he was meeting at the very start. Like, when you seen the old woman, I was like, how long was it? Was it not like 40 years or something like? Because I was just like, we have come so far away from Vietnam. What was the year again that they said it? Because the start of the film was over so much shit has happened. I'm like, how long?
Nothing came up with a date.
I know.
Military films usually love that.
I know, and it's like
putting the date and
that noise.
Somebody just typing in the first ever Microsoft.
It has to be green, like the Matrix green.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this his daughter that he's like, who the fuck are we seeing here? And he's like, ma, pa. I'm like, alright, fuck, it's his mum and dad. Would they not be dead? Like, and then he's like, oh, it's only been 25 years. I'm like, fuck, it's only
25 years.
Aye. I was like, it seems like it's been longer than that. But aye, so turns up, and then all of a sudden,
so the reporter,
goes to leave.
The about to leave. She's like, wait, where are the car keys? And then it starts thunder and lightning's coming. You're like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
then Dolph's like looking for the keys. And then he's got like,
can you hear them?
It's obviously been a little while. Yeah. And in the time in which like he's like travelling to Louisiana, but he's got all these different effects. Like, he's got more ears, and then he's got like this wee like bead ponytail.
Look at my ears. This one's from this man. This from the guy.
He's also got like sheriff badges that he's pinned on himself.
Sweet,
and he's got like a tattoo on his arm, and then like he's got.
You don't know the shit I've done.
He's got a bead ponytail.
So
like,
he does. So if he's went through like fucking Wicker Man festival.
Film, like in the time of him going from LA to Louisiana, and he's just like. So he's like walking.
So tell us about you. What have you been up to?
He's had a pure adventure. Like all this stuff happened.
Yeah.
So he shows up, and then somehow manages to tie up the reporter and.
The mum and the dad, without Jean-Claude Van Damme noticing.
Without him noticing. The only thing that makes him notice is that the power goes out.
Yeah.
And like...
Then there's suddenly just a random fire on the stove. But the way the film...
It's a pure open flame. But so...
Was he saying, look, you better come out here, your mum and dad, this farm's beautiful. I'm gonna fucking kill them. Cut their ears off.
He goes like that. And
what else is there to do?
He's got the reporter, he just like that. She got pretty nasty. He's just staring at their ears. And it's just like...
who decided in the fucking writer's room, like, let's give him something really weird, like he loves ears. Yeah. Do you have an ear thing that you want to talk about? This writer guy. Like, do you have any... Are you okay? He's like,
no, just think this character...
It's weird, right? It's weird that he has an ear finish. Yeah.
I'm glad. I don't know anyone with it. I would be embarrassed to be someone with it.
Yeah, exactly. And then we've got... I wrote down, right, because this went on for so long that I need to time this, an 8-minute fight scene. 8 solid minutes of them just fighting and like nothing else happens. But
dialogue in between
it's so fucking good. Well, no. So I will get to it. But he goes up and he basically says, I'm going to shoot her. Just like a shit Asian couple. But this time, Jean-Claude Van Damme
I think he
Jean-Claude
uses
Van
more
Damme.
colourful language than the Asian couple.
He does. This is true. We'll edit that bit. I don't know. There is no edit. Jean-Claude Van Damme stops him from shooting her at this point, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And then, but then he beats. He's had the super serum. Dolph's had the super soldier
Like
serum.
two vials of super.
The
steroids.
biggest fucking syringe. And why is the syringe so? It's like, you know, if you'd like went to a fancy dress as a doctor and they give you those fucking shitey massive syringes to show I am a doctor. It's like those big fucking like handheld one. You have to have like two hands to put this syringe in.
It's like one of those ones that like,
no need.
They do to extract like spinal fluid or something.
Yeah. His mate's huge. Stabs into his chest, so he's suddenly stronger, and he literally throws Van Damme about like a fucking ragdoll, man.
It does like the bad guy thing is like, see, personally, if I was super strong and I wanted to kill somebody,
Snap their neck.
I'd probably just crush them.
Yeah.
And then like every bad guy, even when they've got like force powers, when they can like shoot you with electricity, they just love throwing you about. They just love chucking you.
Let's really extend this fight scene as long as we can. I forgot remember when Dolph had that serum to show that he's got that serum. He puts his hand through that guy's glass fucking mask and he crushes his face and snaps his neck, man. You're like, whoa, what the fuck? I mean, I know you could be like, what's he going to grab? You can maybe grab his jaw and then snap his neck, but it's almost like he's like, I don't know where my hand's going here, and just puts it through like his eye or something. His whole face caves in.
Turns into plastic.
Yeah, basically. And it's like, what the fuck? You didn't show that, man. Like, that's a bit much. Just snap his neck from outside the mask.
Yeah. I did think Dolph did amazing.
Did you?
Guy.
God.
I thought he was a really good
That is shocking.
What was it that happens?
So he's throwing Van Damme a bit.
He's throwing him about like, and then like Jean-Claude Van Damme's feeling pain now for some reason, because before when he was getting shit cutting out his leg, it was fine. But now that he's been thrown
into the barn door,
and it's like there's a bit where Jean-Claude's just like, oh shit, I need to let her run away. So we're recreating the initial scene we spoke about in the Arizona golf course.
Vietnam golf course.
And then like
he throws a grenade again.
But it is a kind of like flashback to that. Dolph just kind of does some wee like mischievous child smile.
Oh mate, so
and
good.
he's just kind of looking at him.
And when he throws a grenade and she blows up, he turns around and like pumps the air like, yeah.
Like, I did it. Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne loves ears.
And this bit will just get to the point where Jean-Claude's just like, right, I'm going to engage my kickboxing skills. I'm going into kickboxing mode.
This is literally he's gone through nearly the whole movie, barely kicked a thing, and then that's when he's like, you know what? I've been punching this whole movie. It's not been working. I gotta use my kicks.
I know something was missing.
Yeah, I gotta use my legs.
My memories.
Yeah. So then he starts volleying him, and then he starts getting a wee bit the better of him, and then Dolph drops his syringe. Mm-hmm. And that's when fucking Van Damme fucking stabs himself with the syringe. So now he is also super powered. Yeah, and he has to do that thing where he catches his fist to show it's kicked in.
Wait, things have changed.
Yeah. So he starts volleying them, right? I watched it and then rewatched it again and counted, right? Dolph takes 27 shots to the head in that fight scene, and see the end of it, he looks fucked, like he looks steaming, but also he's alright because obviously it's the end of the movie. But he takes 27 shots to the head. Van Damme only takes 9 shots to the head. But at one point, that's when Van Damme gets the serum, he starts punching him, and you notice like instead of it being like, oh, who's choreographed this, he just punches him. And then pulls his hand back, punches him, pulls his hand back, and it goes on for 8 punches, mate. It's just like punch.
For two martial arts, it seems like a really like
so
simple
basic. Yeah. And then he decides, I'm going to volley you through the fucking
I'm going to drop kick you.
Yeah.
And then drop kicks him through the barn wall. Not that impressive, really. After we see him running through like 4.
I know, that's a good point.
Then like
a barn that's been fallen apart.
So then he gives him like, they're fighting again, and he gives him one big mega kick. Those like ominous kind of spikes that are from like, what is that meant to be though? It's
like a harvester kind of thing.
Yeah, you throw like wood into it or whatever to turn it into chipwood.
Exactly. Like take out trees.
Kicks him into that.
But see, before he kicks him into that, he's kicking him slowly closer to it, right? Yeah. And you're like, oh, I can see the big kick coming, and then you go, oh, that was it. That was a big kick. It just happened because it was so late. He kicked him and he was still like 10 feet away from it, and he just kind of stumbled, and then it just went. It pierced it. It's as if because he like stumbles, as if like, oh, here comes the big kick, and then he just kind of slowly falls in. Yeah, exactly. Just slowly falls in and pierces his whole body into the fucking thing.
So he's essentially crucified himself.
And
then like he walks up to him.
He's not dead moment.
Exactly. Comes back and then he's like trying to pull Jean-Claude into
his face into the spike,
and it getting impaled along with him.
Yeah.
And then like
all of a sudden, Jean-Claude Van Damme becomes extremely strong.
I'm not having this. And he just like gets his hand and goes, right. And then he's like, right, that's fucking it. And then
he snaps his arm.
He snaps his arm. And then we get to the best line of the film, probably like the first time I've seen Jean-Claude Van Damme actually deliver a line successfully. And he just goes like, "You're discharged, Sarge." Pushes the button, and just starts fucking mulching up Dolph Lundgren.
Who's cleaning that up is my question. The more that man, like his body, he's literally just like fucking mushed his whole fucking body and he fucking spraying it all over the fucking farm. Yeah. Like it's fucking bogging. And then he just walks away from it.
The storm, the rain.
Oh yeah, the thunder and lightning.
So he makes sure his mum and dad are okay.
Yeah.
And then and then he finds the girl. The girl still seems to be fine. She's just like, my head.
She's just caught her breath. She's just caught her breath as he gets to her. Mm-hmm. She was out cold the whole time.
Just like, my head's a bit sore, but and then
from that grenade that blew up my face.
I know. That grenade, like I realised I should be concussed, and then like not hear anything.
Yep.
And then she goes like, "How do you feel?" And then Jean-Claude's the last line of the film.
Yeah.
Like I'm 50 years old.
Yeah.
And then
just cuts.
Just cuts. That's it. End of the film.
They had no idea how it ended.
The end music. Did you hear the end music?
It's amazing. It's
body count. Body count. Body count. Body count. Body count. Body count.
It just keeps going. Do you know who it is? It's Ice-T. Ice-T.
Is it Ice-T?
It's Ice-T, bro. Yeah, I remember that.
You just hear police sirens in the background. It's just like, body count. Body count.
Yeah. So, I get paid like £3 million for this. Body count. Yeah.
It plays testament to the fucking Rick and Morty depiction of Ice-T.
I know, mate. Yeah, that was good. I really enjoyed it, but I actually thought it was really fucking good, man.
Like, no, that's probably the best.
It was
Jean-Claude film.
It was shit and good. It had had the right formula of it being shit, but also enjoyable to watch. Like especially between like where he gets caught by the police all the way at the end. I barely wrote in because I was like, oh, this is good, man.
I'm engaged.
I'm entertained. Yeah. I was like, this is a good 90s movie, man. This is fucking good.
Is there not like plenty of sequels to Universal Soldier?
Mate, there's nearly four, I think.
Four.
So there's 4 theatrical, which is crazy. The actual came out in the cinema, so it's obviously big somewhere, right? And Dolph is in every one of them, even though he's in every one of them, and he gets mushed to fucking pieces. I don't know how it works. Apparently, there's something to like a multiverse. What? It makes no sense. Apparently, there's like a multiverse, but
wait, you're saying that Dolph Lundgren's in all the sequels?
He's in all the sequels, mate. Like there he is there in the background. That's him there on the left. And he's in 4. There's 3 sequels, and he's in all of them. And Van Damme, I think, is in all of them. You think you know?
No, they're not. No,
swear, mate. I'll show you. No, they can't be mixed with sense.
They can't be in all the sequels. That's insane.
I know.
I thought Universal Soldier was the one with the 2 originals, and it's just the same.
The second one had more budget.
Higher budget.
It had nearly double the budget. It did. It's $1 million off, double the budget, and it did not make any money. £45 million budget, and it only made £10 million. No way.
It's too big to fail.
That's mental. So there must have been some sort of like, but it only made like double its money, which isn't that much because what tends to happen, it didn't happen then. It happens now though. Is films when you look at the budget of a film, you nearly double it for marketing. Then you see what the gross is and see if it actually did make any money. Essentially,
it was interesting that Jean-Claude Van Damme didn't do the splits once.
I've wrote that too. Yep, no splits.
No splits.
Yeah, because do you know it's an actual decent director. I'll show you.
You think they would have used it since he had such a tall co-star?
Like, that's his thing.
Yeah. I've got one trivia bit.
No way, have you?
Go on for your thing.
Right, okay. I looked at trivia and actually it isn't a lot, man. There seemed to be a smooth process of filming. Oh. Like, I know, there's not that much.
No coke binges that you interrupted filming?
Apparently, barely any drama. I don't know tell me your thing, because I've got things written down.
They changed the entire script of the film
because
it's
going to be.
Well, it was because it was like meant to be that the US government were actually using all of these kind of terrorist acts as like ways to kind of act as PR. But really what happened...
It's just a more interesting story.
But the reason they didn't do it is because in the 1990s there had the Gulf War going on, and then they didn't want in the media for the US military to be portrayed as doing anything evil, because they're already busy doing evil stuff in the Gulf War.
Because apparently when they started writing it, the military weren't very popular at the time because of the Vietnam War, so it was popular to write bad things about the military, and by the time they like finished the script, they were popular again, and it was like, maybe we shouldn't do this. And it was supposed to be Sylvester Stallone.
Jean-Claude Van Damme isn't that memorable a person.
He's barely in it as well. He's barely in it. I felt, well, not barely in it. He barely speaks, so you feel like you're what. I felt like I was watching her the whole film, which I thought she was really good.
Lundgren seemed to be more impactful.
Yeah, she was really good, man. Film. And her lines were actually like good, and they were actually funny. And it was like, that is kind of how someone would react in some of the situations. Bar obviously, you know, her fucking best pal dying like right at the start, and she's just like, oh, I don't know how she never get barely any work after this. I looked her up. She's in Wings. I love Wings.
I love Wings.
She's in Wings.
She probably didn't fuck Jean-Claude.
That's it. That is a good point.
Then join the club with Kylie Minogue and the rest of them.
Yeah, exactly. This was her kind of big break, that actress, and a bit shite. She was in a lot of Sons of Anarchy, but so
was she?
Yeah, apparently.
Who was she in Sons of Anarchy?
Oh, fuck knows, mate.
Some
Do you
bitch.
watch it? Aye. Some bitch, yeah. This director is the god of disaster movies. So he did The Day After Tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
He did I remember that 2012 movie. It was
2012.
Yeah, 2012. He did both Independence Days. These are good movies, man.
Yeah.
Like something. He did Godzilla. I really like Godzilla.
I liked it. Which
I like
one?
Godzilla. The one is it 1999?
Oh, right, aye. A good one.
It's shit, but I like it. Yeah. The other one's alright as well, to be fair.
I did not enjoy the other Godzillas.
But the one with Bryan Cranston.
I don't think they were.
You barely seen them in the whole fucking film.
They were just, there's many things I can say about that film.
So this guy's went on to fucking keep going, and obviously that Dolph and Jean-Claude Van Damme have not. And he's not, and noticeably, he's not hired them in any of the films after this film. He's done, so he's a German filmmaker, and this was his first American film.
Oh, right.
So it's his first big break, and he done a good job, man.
Yeah.
Like, the budget he had, I think he only had, it was 23 million, and they made 36. And they've kept going. So there's obviously a cult following.
I spawned like a cult of extra free films.
Yeah, I know somehow. But mate, it's worse than that. There's actually 3 films that went straight to video, as well as this, in between the theatrical releases as well, which is crazy.
So there's 6 films.
So these came out in the cinema. Some of these came out in the cinema. I'm wondering if they came out like Slovenia or something like. But these aren't coming out in the fucking actual cinema unless they've came out like, you know, those one-off showings that they show in like the Glasgow Film Fair or something, and like pure die-hard Ultra Universal Soldier fans
to get in for a fiver or something.
But you know what's crazy about this film, right? I don't understand how it's got like a cult following, because cult followings are usually original ideas with not much budget, right?
Lore.
Yeah. This copied every film that was out at that time and just ripped them all off. It ripped up RoboCop. It ripped off Terminator. And it even used, in the trailer, it used Total Recall music, the music from Total Recall, and the music from Terminator 2. So this came out after Terminator 1 and 2, and it just fucking basically used all the quips and, do you know what I mean, like...
Right, shit rating.
Shit rating. How does shit ratings even work?
I don't imagine it's shit the higher the rating. So I'm
as in actually shit, though? Yeah, exactly.
Right, let's discuss
it's really big.
The dynamics of the show that we've created. I'd give that a solid 3. I thought it was a good, enjoyable film.
So that means it's not shit?
It's not shit.
Right, so the lower is, the more you enjoyed it.
The better quality of a film is. So it wasn't perfect.
I'm a tough nut to crack. I say 4, I say 4.
Okay,
I say 4.
Okay.
So I say 5 is like it's just watchable. And anything over, it's like, oh, that's good. In my mind.
But it's good?
Anything under is good.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
No.
Right.
Did you follow that?
This is all making sense.
So if it's a 5, it's like, yeah, that was just watchable. No, that's my favourite so far.
That's
but don't let
probably
anyone tell
my
you that.
favourite of what we're going to look at in
Yeah.
terms of like that was a good film
Yeah.
for the whole family.
Yeah. Everyone can enjoy.
If you have any family members of Asian descent, I'd maybe hold off.
Don't put subtitles on.
Yeah, don't put the subtitles on so like
So you don't
like,
read what
you
did
can
they say?
actually hear what they you
Yeah.
can figure out what they said.
Yeah. Like, well, that's a wrap. I'll end it with a shit.
Nice to be recording
Nice to be
an
back.
episode in 2023.
2023. See you later.